today, Ben?
Oh, today is a fine, fine day for hockey. Let me tell you that. It is going to be a fantastic game. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Buckeyes and the Wolverines. A stellar game last night, that is for sure. Hopefully we are in store for something similar.
A lot of the energy from last night's already carrying over in today's game. They've come out real quick. Matt Miller moves it up to Mason Yopes.
On with the Michigan and Ohio State rivalry, the basketball game
and a
at
clapper.
Chrysler, and this
Fry
hockey
used
game
the pillow.
right now.
Used the pillow well there. Sorry to cut you off there, Ben. But here comes Mason Yopes trying to get an odd man situation, but it's turned over, picked up by Will Lockwood, a former U.S. National Development Team player. Stolen away by the Buckeyes there, picked up by the leading goal scorer, Mason Yopes, number 26, a former Muskegon Lumberjack. So that was number 7, the captain, Nick Schilke. But it's turned over to the Wolverines. That's the Wolverines' leading scorer, Jake Slaker. Brendan Warren tries to chip it in, but it's intercepted there by number 20, Yannick Moser from Mannheim, Germany. Another
for the Michigan team.
So Yopes sends around the corner to reach for David Gust, who's battled by Luke Martin of the Wolverines. Meyer picks it up, saves it at the blue line, sends it down low. Coming around the top of the ice, Yopes to Shilsky with the clapper and a snipe. And Jake Slaker and Dakota Joshua. Joshua won the draw, but Lockwood picks it up for the Wolverines. Lockwood with the shot, it's deflected out of the zone, and they're going to trade space for time and look to regroup in. Brendan Warren dumps it in for the Wolverines. Christian Fry continues it on its path. The Wolverines get a shot knocked down there by Matt Miller. Yopes in the corner, twirling with it, looking for some help, but it's tied up by the Wolverines. And Slaker looks to Boca, who goes down behind the net. Brendan Warren, a former U.S. National Development Team player, play here in Ann Arbor for
Lockwood.
quite some time.
I got to tell you,
so
someone's
Slaker
got to
wins the
stop
draw.
him.
The quick shot by Lockwood is knocked away by Fry. Mason Yopst. Miguel Fiddler with the puck down low to Mason Yost, to Schilke, to Josh Healy. Schilke lets it go deep for Yost, who plays it on to Fiddler. Fiddler with the quick backhand in close. So Will Lockwood bringing it up for the Wolverines after a couple of quick chances for the Buckeyes there. Picked up by the defense. Healy sends it back to regroup to Yannick. Wolverines retain possession and retain it deep. Looking to Lockwood. Just a lot of action here going on as we close into the final 5 minutes of this first period. Marodi looking for Lockwood, but it was knocked out and cleared down the ice. And it will trickles into the corner. So a 2-2 game as another big hit for the Wolverines. Will Lockwood puts leading scorer Mason Yopes on the ice, and he comes up a little slow after that one, grabbing at the helmet.
Throwing the body around.
So that's 2 big open ice hits for the Wolverines so far in this first period. And as the period comes to a close nonetheless. So Lockwood getting into contact with Healy.
3-2 against the Buckeyes, but the Buckeyes were looking to avenge the loss, the upset of 5-4 that happened against the University of Michigan yesterday, but it's looking like it's going to be a lot harder than they were expecting, despite a better first period than they had yesterday. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kalina. So as the second period opens up, nice to Joseph Saccone. Saccone twirls around to avoid a hit and moves it back to his partner, DeYoung, who looks to Max Short, who chips it up to Will Lockwood, but it's intercepted by Sasha LaRocque. DeYoung chips it in on net to Fry, who placed it to the side, picked up by number 5, Gordy Meyer, to Luke Stork. Hopes that he puts a better game up than the starter Fry did for him early on.
Look at this, Will Lockwood with the speed. Oh, man. He put the afterburners on right there.
So the Wolverines coming out pressuring, trying to get something. And a big hit right there, harder than anyone else. And he's down right now in front of the Wolverines bench, slow to get up.
And that's tough to see. Lockwood going after Slaker right now.
So as you
Big
see that hit again, Warren makes perfect contact with Lockwood. Another angle. see Warren come in and just his shoulder makes contact with Lockwood's head.
Lockwood went low, Warren went high.
Anything more extreme, whether it be a boarding, a hit from behind. But the Buckeyes still capitalized and punished him for that mistake. So the Wolverines retain a 1-goal lead and a 7-shot advantage so far on the scoreboard as the Buckeyes bring it back into the Wolverines zone.
And it looks like Lockwood is back out onto the ice after suffering that injury earlier. It's always nice to see a guy being able to come back into the game.
So battling for it now along the half boards is Tanner Ledzinski, who escapes with it for the Buckeyes and steps across the crease and almost gets a chance there. Lockwood, who was injured earlier, back out there, and a diving play from Brendan Warren to avoid the keep-in from the Buckeyes. And